Alrighty, and we're back with more power washing. See if we can get through a couple of these little jobs, maybe, in the next 20 or so minutes. Though the vintage car is going to be tricky with the basic washer because of rust, I'm sure. So it's the same too, where we cleaned their house before, and now they've got an old car under some tarpaulin at the back of the garage. How did this thing hide at the back of the garage? Yeah, because it's such a tiny car. Right. Wash me. Yeah. It's in dire need. Well, may as well get started. Yeah, the rust on the metal bits is going to be the worst. But otherwise it's a pretty small job. Got the window at least. We're just basically going to have to swap to the red nozzle or the turbo nozzle for quite a lot. I think turbo's quite good actually, because since it goes around in a circle, it means that it's hitting the same spot multiple times as you move along with it. Even then I can still see some remainders at the bottom end. Yeah. I should probably worry about that last actually, do the rest of it first, so that way I know exactly how much I need to clean, because there might be little bits that I can do without. It might be forgiving on some parts of it. Let's do this bar here. Don't know what this bit is. It's just some sort of handle. Oh, that'll be the, oh yeah, canopy hinge. Yeah, it's the handle where it lets you fold back the top. There's like some grime and stuff even on the canopy that's still not done. Yeah, mold. It's doing its annoying aim thing again. Cool, I got the hinge clean. That's a start. Back into aim mode for some of this stuff here. The fact that it's not even getting the mold off it, even with the yellow nozzle this close, it's some tough stains. You are expected to have, at minimum, the Urban X2 washer by now, which actually has something in the ingrained box. This has nothing in that box. And the heavy-duty one, I think, the Vista 3000, is technically unlocked, I think. So the maps are just going to keep getting more and more difficult from here on out for the old 1500. Is that even... It is cleaning it if I go really slowly. Yeah, it does clear it away. So we're going to have to come back on this. Or go over it with the turbo, perhaps. We won't have to be as slow with the turbo. It's just a much thinner track. But so long as we go like slow enough that it forms a continuous bit and doesn't leave any gaps with its spiral motion, then seems to get it first try. It just takes a while. Unsurprising. Beginning to suspect this might not be a worthless heap. I mean, it's a pretty nice looking car. Nothing's truly worthless to a collector. Fairly sure I would have punched a hole in this canopy by now. I'm quite sure that this would not be the best way of cleaning an antique car. You'd probably want to do it by hand with a nice brush or something. some delicate detergent, if that. But no, we're just gonna power wash the damn thing. And to hell with it. Can I get that hinge, maybe? Or did I already get that hinge? I can't tell because of the way that the aim thing works on this. There we go. Nice to get those little things out of the way. Try to get this mirror done as well. There we go. The windscreen shouldn't require quite as much effort. There we go. Now the surround is just body, isn't it? And that's where we start getting some rust again. Door handle, turbo, more hinges, door handle. Let's get these little niggly bits done. There we go. That way I just know that they're done. Clear off the bit that says wash me. Mudguard, which actually goes the whole way along, doesn't it? Yeah, it's all the same mudguard the whole way along. Which I thought was going to be plastic, but apparently is also metal, and it's also rusted. Body, more of the door. Okay, so now it's just the rust around the edges. There we go, yeah, so it was relatively generous. I didn't have to do literally every part of it. But it seems there's more on this door. Famous last words. As always, call it out and it'll ding for you. Seems to always be the way that it goes, as soon as I complain. Nice white walls on the tyres there. Hubcap is a separate bit, it seems. And then we've got tyre, which also has these sides. Right the way down. There we go. And we've got the inside of the mudguard, which is also rusted. We can't see any further underneath it, so there should not be any further rust right underneath. Just a bit up in there, I think. While I'm down here, into the underside of this trunk bit, is this little shelf. The bumper. The brake light's separate. Scrolling through the Esther archives online. Hey. I mean, I'll admit I find the side storylines with these sorts of characters much more interesting than the whole cat thing that's going on. Got as much of the underside of the shelf that we feasibly can. I'm sure there's more in there, but blast away some more of the mold that's on the canopy, because the canopy still needs quite a lot of work, but some of that is along the side as well. Oh, this way. Trunk. Some rust on those catches there, which apparently counts. Again, I'm fairly sure you would take this off, clean the shelf underneath it, and then put the trunk back on. Whatever. shelf is almost done. It'll probably just be a little bit on this side, maybe. What's still to be done on the shelf? There we go, something on the top. Another canopy handle here. Again, let's just do turbo, so we get a bit of a splash on the canopy behind it as well. And now let's run this along the top. So that should be most of the top of the canopy done. Go along here, and that'll get the top of the door. Hinge, just doing it straight on with the turbo seems to work. That's good. Nice. I was just about to say, I hope that the handle gets done by doing this. Can we finish off the canopy? Yes, we can. Nailed it. Another hinge, door handle. Door handle? Ooh, it's being tricky. I need to get underneath that one. That one worked. There we go. So it's getting behind it. Clear the windows. Uncover the rest of the doors so we can just go around the edges for the sake of the rust. Get a little bit more body work done as well. Do a once over the wheels with the yellow. It's pretty much just a case of giving everything a once over with the yellow, really. And then we know we've got to come back and redo it. New job available. This is the fire chief. The filth amendment. Brilliant. Ah, the whole fire station. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. That might take a while. Gonna actually need to use the scaffolding on that one. Carl was in Ether's last film, driving me nuts. Like the boat captain with the wheel down his pants. Arr, you're driving me nuts. Car is a talking stereo, which is a poor conversation. It's a negative mindset. Honestly, I feel that would probably do quite well as a review these days. Sure, there's a demographic out there for that. There's the doors. Good. Bit of rust on the back there that we missed. On the mudguard, so that's all just the body. Oh, we missed a bit of the bumper. I think I didn't even realise it extended that far. Well, there we go, now it's done. Something we don't have to come back to. The front of the car is going to take quite a lot of work, isn't it? Yeah, got to get these angles on this wheel right in here. There's another mirror. How many mirrors do you need, by the way? It seems a lot. Gonna have to get them from the other side of that as well. Let's do the seam there. Run this down the bonnet. It is actually bonnet specifically. So how much of the body is left to do then? This is bonnet. Body must be pretty much just the other side now. Still got bits of rust all around these. This is where the turbo should be being used just to get a little bit more coverage on those. Light. Have I got that? There's a strap apparently. It's not showing up with the mirror. But it's not quite done. There we go. And there's the strap. Good. How much more of this tyre needs to be done? I feel there's not much left. Oh, there we go. Sure enough. Once again, call it out and it'll do. This mudguard still has a fair bit, I think, on the other side or on the bottom. back of the headlights, do the top of the grille bits, and a bit in behind. Oh, that's that's reflection of the trees. Shocking finale meant it was a flop, but you got to keep the car. I mean, hey, any film where you get to keep the car at the end, it seems like a win. Be worth a fair bit. Come on, wing mirror. I've probably got to do your other side, don't I? Do this grill here. There's just going to be so many little bits of rust that still need to be found at the end, I'm sure. The end of this will just be chasing rust. I haven't even done the other tyre yet. Oops. We've got the hubcap. Oh, I didn't even realise the hubcap was a separate bit on this. Makes sense, it was on the other tyre. But that means I've still got to do that on the other side. Because we were only doing it from the top, pretty much. There we go. That's that hubcap. Tyre should be done soon. Mudguard underneath. Oh, that tyre is so almost done. What am I missing? Do I need to go right down? Do I need to shoot from behind? I didn't really need to on the other one, though. Just a little bit on the edge there. Oh, there we go. And then there's some rust here for the body. We got the door, but we didn't get the body work. The body is almost done. It, again, chasing rust. I'm going to see if I can see as much of it as possible without resorting to tab. But we will need to in the end. Oh, there we go. We got it. Nice. This tyre still needs a lot of work, but that's probably from the other side, I suspect. Yep. And we haven't... Oh, there we go. And got the strap as well. Nice. Have we already got that mirror? I'm not sure, and I don't think we've got this mirror either. Now we do. And now we do. Good. We've already got that light, I think. I seem to remember we already got that. Bit of the bonnet down here. I suspect the bonnet is both sides as well. So there's all of these rusty bits in the veins there that need to be dealt with, probably. It's really close to being done, though. Wonder what's missing. Yeah, just lots of little rusty bits in here. It's like, which we're gonna struggle to get. It's not going to be like the other side of the box, is it? Maybe. If I go tab there. Yeah, it's just little bits. Half of them I can't even see. Okay, well, let's clean the rest of this mudguard. Can. Is it both sides? Oh, mudguard looks like it's actually both sides, even though it's not technically connected. Maybe it isn't somehow. What are we missing on the mudguard? It's going to be like little rusty bits, isn't it? Right underneath areas, probably. Oh well. We'll be doing a bit of a tab fest in order to try and clear off all of that. the hubcap. Try and get this tyre. We've got this bumper sitting in front of everything else, making itself a nuisance. Hey, Mresic. Welcome, welcome. And what am I missing on this tyre now? Once again, I bet it's just really minor things. We've got the hubcap. Which bit is the tyre and which bit is the hubcap is the next question. Do we need to do like the other side? Ah, yes. There we go. Bits on the other side. Okay. Spiral our way in and spiral our way out. There's the hubcap done. Now the tyre. There we go. Front bumper. Slowly turbo our way along. I was hoping to be done this one by 10, but I'm running a little bit late. Some intensive gaming. Oh, you have no idea. This is super, super intense stuff. It's like such a high skill ceiling on this one. But what it is extremely satisfying. Let's try and get this grill cleaned. So it's kind of backstopping our shots for a lot of this stuff. These horns, these lights, all the nuisance stuff at the front here. Then we're just going to have to go running around, pressing tab repeatedly to try and catch up with the rest of the stuff. Oh, the mudguard does connect at the front. That's all the bits that I was missing. That makes sense. I honestly thought that would be an extension of the bonnet or something. It's the grill. Okay, so it's just bonnet, 3 headlights and 2 horns. Which I'm all working on at the moment. I have no idea how I'm going to get the rest of the horns. I thought that I already had done a pretty good job on those. It's just all the angles is the worst part of things like this. And I've no idea what I need to do on the bonnet either. So what am I missing on these horns? Something on this side? There we go. Top down worked. And then these are the headlights I need. There's that one. Good. These will be underneath it, like the back or something. Okay, got that one. I seem to remember the bonnet being the worst bit last time I did this as well, when it was still early access. Because it's just all the little rusty bits. What am I missing on this light? Am I missing something obvious on the front still or something? Or is it a different headlight that I'm... Okay, that was the whole thing. Cool. So now it's just the bonnet. So... Right, yeah, it's just little bits that I can't even actually see with the naked eye. But apparently are dirty enough. There we go. Done. Cool. Well, that's that done. Nice car. Time lapse. I'm going to be going around the front of this thing a lot. Just standing on the bonnet of a vintage car, you know, as you do. There we go. May have been odder than the number 37. But you travelled in style. Very nice. Cool. Continue. Yeah, there's the fire station. That's a big job. Let's get started. Get this short job out of the way, then we can take another little bit of a break to attend to family business, and then we'll get stuck into one of the larger jobs, I think. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, yeah, this one's got the dings going nicely. I'm sure I'll still be struggling to find the last few bits at some point, but hopefully this won't be too rusty or anything. It's just kind of dirty instead. Oink. Ding. Ding. Yeah, right, this is satisfying. Yeah, it's good. Especially once you get the dings going. The game doesn't have its own soundtrack, so that's why I use the Pretzel app to give it some tunes. Sometimes I'll do like a chill EDM or something. This time I decided to chuck on some Trance, partially to keep me awake. And something more upbeat for a change. There is some, like, it's not just spray and pray, there is some genuine thought that you do have to put into this. Not only just getting the angles, but also using the right nozzle, getting the right distance away, right sort of technique to spray across things, get decent coverage. There is also basically speedrun mode. So there's the challenge modes where you'll have to get under a certain time or under a certain water usage. Those are quite fun. I've not done any of the large maps on that before. I've pretty much only done some of the small vehicle ones on that before. But I have submitted some of the early videos. They were in early access though, so technically I assume they've probably cleared the boards and or like relegated them off separately. And there'll be the full release boards now. Of course, you don't have to just submit the challenge ones, they just have their own timer or other metric, so it makes it a lot easier to keep track of. So now it comes down to what am I missing and what angle do I need to get them. I'm going to guess I need to come underneath this bit. There we go. This is not fully clean along the front, looks like. But it's hard to tell. The reflections honestly make it harder sometimes. Okay, the windscreen done. Let's get the mounting done. Then there's the other side of this. Oh no, we got the tyre. Oh yeah, the spoke set. We don't have this side of the spoke set done. And in fact, there might be some bits up on a different angle. The seat that's got the engine. There's a dirt bike one which is similarly fiendish. There's the fender done. Speedrun mode, do I hear? Yep. There are some leaderboards. I don't know how active the community is. I did join the Discord briefly and then kind of gave up on it. Especially since it was still early access and the devs kept coming out with updates so frequently that yeah, it didn't seem worth putting a lot of time into because things are just going to change too quickly. What am I missing? This tyre is still not quite done. There we go. This front spoke set is still not done, I don't think. Oh. Well, now it is. Once again, classic case of call it out and it'll be done. The exhaust, it'll be the top probably. Top and the other side, I suspect. Actually, are they linked or are they two separate pieces? There's one, two separate pieces, there's two. Good. Fairing number plates done. Sidecar and sidecar seat. Ah, of course, the inside. That would help. I usually try and do these with an eye to doing it realistic-ish. So like clean from the top down, clean from one direction to the other. These little things like this though, I just assume there's probably a drain point in the sidecar seat somewhere. There's the sidecar bit done. What about the seat? Oh, it'll be behind and underneath probably. Maybe. Maybe not. It also usually comes up and it'll tell you when you've got only 3 things left. The fact that it hasn't done that yet is concerning. That means I've missed a lot. Okay, fuel tank. Okay, mudguard, that spoke set still? Which spoke set? Because I thought I cleaned this one. Yeah, I got that one. Got that one. This mudguard is apparently not clean yet. So I must have missed an angle on that. There we go. Spoke set. Oh, okay, this one is not done yet. For some reason I thought I got this one. I guess not. Ah, okay, I can see all around the inside there. Down my, there we go. And now swing arm? Where's the swing arm? The targeting thing is really annoying because it shows you... Oh, there we go. Swing arm is somewhere underneath here. It shows you the element that you will hit as opposed to what your cursor is on, which is really annoying. They changed the targeting at one point to kind of make it more realistic, so the water jet doesn't just hit what you aim at, and honestly, it's the worst change they could have made to the game. What am I missing on the swing arm? Because now I can't even see, like, swing arm show up. Because I don't actually know which bit it is. Okay, there we go. Hit tab and it shows you what isn't clean yet. And we'll just deduce from there. There we go. 175 players, not bad. 1463 runs, also not bad. So that's actually quite a few. It'll be a case of how many are recent. Nice. Well, that's the other vehicle done. That we currently had unlocked. I mean, the best part is you get this time lapse. Don't mind my big butt in the middle of the screen there. You didn't used to actually see yourself. They added that in when they added a multiplayer. You can play with up to, I think, 8 people in a session. A bit excessive on a map this size, but... Cool. Well, that's the 2 easy jobs done. Now we just have big jobs to go.